God, my hair looks terrible. Anyone who's just tuned in, my hair looks awful. My apologies for that. I should probably go and actually get me a hat to put that on because it looks bloody hell. Jesus, it's terrible. Charlie, how you doing? Yes, this is a very, very random thing. I just kind of had to pop the computer to do a couple of bits, and I thought, well, I'll click the go live button and see if anyone pictures up. And here you are. So good to see you. Yes, my apologies for the shocking hair. Hello, Charlie. Oh, there's bloody dog Charlie. Yes, I've. It's been a long time since I had this much Charlie on a Friday night. Great. Si, hello, mate. You all right? Good to see you. Yeah, like I say, it's a bit of a random one. I didn't really intend to go live, but I just thought I'd click the button as I was on the computer. I'm just waiting for the Premier League of Darts to start. I think that's 7:15, something like that. So I'm just doing that, and I thought I'd just click go live and see what happened. I'll notify. I'll do this notification. I guess I don't know. I'm kind of old now and don't really understand the lingo. But yes, nice to hear from you, Charlie. Thank you for coming on. Like I say, I haven't got an agenda. I haven't actually got anything I really want to talk about. I just kind of, like I say, click the go live button and sort of thought, well, I'll see what happens and stuff. And it's quite annoying. I'm at a really weird angle. So let me move that around, and then I'll move the microphone round, and there you go. It's much more like it. I say much more like it. I don't know. It's not really any more like it at all. How are we doing? Are we having a good Friday night? Obviously, I am having an amazing Friday night because I'm sat at home in my conservatory at 6:45. That's how we live, isn't it? Party around here, but good stuff. I do have a pint of Stella though, albeit out of a can, but can't argue that, can I? Dear. So what are we all up to? What's the plan for the night? Welcome. Apparently I can type in the chat. Let's have a look at that. Look at that. Hi. Yeah. Awesome. Didn't really know what to say, to be honest, but thought to say hi. Probably these live videos as well. It makes you realise how shit my hair is. Like, Jesus. I said to you before, I think the problem is that like Boris decided he was going to open the hairdressers the same day as he opened the pubs, and there's only going to be one winner there, wasn't there? Really? So yeah, there you go. I still got me mop, but there you go. Cool beans. Good evening. How the devil are you? Lasagna. Oh mate, I like lasagna. I'm right up for a bit of lasagna. Oh, Andrew, thanks, man. Yeah, no, I actually it's weird. Like the last few videos I've done, I've kind of changed my tack a little bit with videos because I was making videos kind of like, well, you obviously you guys have seen it. I was doing like the YouTube thing and making like sort of proper thumbnails and stuff, and now because obviously I'm not like a YouTuber. I'm one of me. I just kind of start the recording thing, kind of like I've done tonight. Start the recording thing, and I'll just talk about all the shit that's in my head, and and see what comes out. It's not always great, but it might not even make for good viewing a lot of the time. But at least it's honest. Guazarus. Sorry, mate, if I got your name wrong. If that is indeed your name. Hi from Wolverhampton. Never been to Wolverhampton, if I'm honest. It's Midlands, isn't it? Is it Midlands way? I don't know. Like, my geography is awful, honestly. It's absolutely terrible. So thank you for all you guys for pitching up. Like I say, I'm not going to be on it for long. I just literally push the button. As soon as the dart starts on Sky Sports, I shall be off. Cheers, Charlie. Appreciate that, man. You know what? Like I say, that's kind of like pretty much what I've done with the channel now. I'm just I just kind of talk about me and my experiences and stuff. I think it's gone through different phases. You know, when I started the channel, I just wanted to. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. I kind of was trying to use it as part of my own recovery, and then I went through the bit, like the YouTubey bit. Hello, James. I'm from the UK, mate. I went through the YouTube bit where I was doing the thumbnails and all the rest of it. And kind of now, I just want to talk, you know, I just talk because why not? And the kind of the reason I do it is because I want people to kind of go, oh, yeah, that's me, you know, and not feel so alone about all the stuff they do. Because we all do, let's face it, gamblers, we all do stupid shit, don't we? Who we got? James. Hello. No, that's hello to you. Anyway, hello again, James. Seaside Mark Crusty Tomato Willy. That's a great username, by the way. I don't know Seaside Mark. There's gambling arcades. I did. I only really used to gamble in arcades, to be fair, back in my professional days. You know, I used to go into the arcades and that and play the machines in there professionally. And yeah, I know doing the air quotes is really fucking annoying, isn't it? But it's quite good about this. I like this live thing because I can swear. I can just Google a bunch of cunts. I won't. Well, I just did. Did I? I don't know. Andrew, I mean, I completely lost interest in darts. Phil Taylor created one day. One of my heroes. Yes, Phil Taylor. I tell you what, the good thing I think I like about darts at the moment is that it's not so predictable. Obviously, with the Premier League and that at the moment, you know, it's quite open. When Phil Taylor was in it, and like Van Gogh was in it like a few years ago, you knew who was going to win. But now it's quite open. I like Nathan Aspinall. I think Aspinall. Sorry, Nathan Aspinall. I think he's really good. Hopefully, he'll do really well. Who else we got? James Ishak. Sorry, my apologies for mispronouncing your names. I'm terrible at that. I hope you're doing all right. Thank you for popping in. Sven, any reason you chose to work Stone Island? It probably makes me. No Stone Island tonight, mate. No Stone Island at all tonight. I'm wearing Bape. I tell you what, the reason I wore this, I was going to record a video. I just came in from the pub. You might have guessed. I was going to record a video tonight, and because people were slagging me off for like wearing Supreme, because everyone said I was too old to wear Supreme, which is possibly true. I thought I'd wear the Bape stuff just for them. I don't know why it makes you feel ill though. Nothing wrong with Stone Island stuff, man. Honestly, it's really good. Biggest win. Okay, I'll be honest. Let's have a. I once got, what was the biggest? $4,000. I think was my biggest single win. That was on an online slot. I think I was on Book of Dead. Yeah, Book of Dead. I got a full screen of the Pharaoh chap. Anyway, like I say, obviously I'm not encouraging gambling, but you asked, so you got told. Yeah. Cheers, Charlie. Appreciate that. Paddy, hello, mate. Good evening. Shout out Phil, says I thug. I hope you're not too much of a thug. There's not really many places to be a thug at the moment, is there? But did you lose interest in hobbies when gambling? Glenn, thank you for your comment. To be completely honest, mate, I can't remember having too many hobbies that weren't either addictions or bad habits, really, before my gambling. I mean, I've been gambling my entire life, so I didn't lose interest. I just didn't really have anything else really going on, to be honest with you. I've got a few more interests now since I stopped gambling, and yeah, maybe they're not quite as as addictive as the gambling thing. I don't know. It's a good question, but maybe one for a video. Player back in the day. Yeah, I did see so, Mark. I did. Yes, I was a player back in the day. Absolutely. Good evening, Clive. How you doing? Sven, associated with football, so you're going to attack. No, I appreciate Sven. I appreciate the link between Stone Island and football violence, but doesn't mean that you can't wear Stone Island and not be a football hooligan. So yes, I do. I know the link. I'm from Essex, as the accent might give away. So yes, I do understand the link between Stone Island and football violence. Doesn't mean that I am a thug, though. I just realised I'm showing me alcohol collection off behind over there. I did watch the snooker championship. I don't watch snooker, Charlie. No, I don't. Snooker went the same way as golf for me, because what happened is I used to watch it and it used to take over my life in the same way that golf did. You know, if you start watching snooker, you start watching golf, then suddenly you realise that you've not actually done anything with the rest of your life, because it does take over, doesn't it? It's quite bad. Do you remember the time when it clicked? I'd love to say I did remember the time it clicked and I decided to quit gambling. I don't, because I must admit, obviously, before my current 2-year spell or whatever it was, I did have, I sort of tried to quit. Oh, fuck me, I'm doing those air quotes all the time. I tried to quit a few times and it hadn't worked out. So no, there wasn't really. I don't think a single pivotal moment. There's lots. Don't get me wrong. There's lots of times where I told myself that I should quit, and I told myself, "This is it. I'm not doing this anymore." But yeah, it very rarely worked out that way. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the phones. Paulie B, good evening, mate. How you doing? What are my thoughts on? Oh, I feel it's a fake. Paulie B, yes, yes. I've spoken to him a few times. I'm not going to cast aspersions one way or the other on his channel. He does his thing, I do my thing. I think we do very different things. But yeah, I've spoken to him. He's a good guy. He's not a bad bloke. I think his intentions are really good. So I've got no issue with him at all. But I don't think that the way we approach stuff is the same. Empty to leg. Hello, mate. Yes, I love that. I love that. That's a great username, isn't it? Good evening. How are you doing? JK, yes, it is hard to get a mortgage. And this is one thing I should quickly say to people who are watching this video or stream or what the fuck this is, and are still gambling, is that if you have any plans to get a mortgage or get any kind of like proper credit in the future, you have to keep your accounts separate. Yeah, if your bank, because most times you apply for a mortgage. Right. Most times you apply for a mortgage, they'll ask for bank statements, and if they see a consistent like gambling transactions on your statement, they literally won't lend to you, because so yeah, it's hard. At the moment, to the place I'm in at the moment, I'm actually renting, so yeah, that's that. Seaside Mark is a legend. I don't know, I guess yeah, just to some. Choose Graham. How you doing, mate? Amari, sorry, again, my apologies for mispronouncing people's names. Just forgive me, because, like I said, this wasn't exactly planned. Bavers, or Babers, all right? Hello, mate. How you doing? Charlie Matthews, Ronnie Sullivan. Ronnie Sullivan's a great player, and he's from my neck of the woods. So, yeah, good luck to... Is he Bowser or Beeler Ricky? One of them actually plays to say, yeah, good luck. Susan Mark's question, does it agree? There's a huge... Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's when I used to play free machines back in the anywhere between sort of an eight and sort of £70 days. I used to play free machines. Looking at a course in the casino, asking how I'm doing, telling me, just yeah. Well, obviously, it's probably because you haven't played there for a while, mate. They probably just want to get you back on board. That's the thing with casinos. It's amazing how, like, if you haven't actually used them for a bit, they tend to come back in touch with you, because they realise you're not spending the money. Matthew Evans, good evening, mate. How are you doing? I love the channel. I'm going to do a video in the future about thoughts. Match betting. I'd love to. I understand the principle of match betting. I really do. The thing is, before match betting became a thing, well, not before it became a thing, it's always been a thing, hasn't it? But before I became familiar with it, I'd already excluded myself from so many different like betting shops, casinos, all the rest of it. I couldn't do it. So I won't do a video on it, because I would be blagging it. And like I say, every video I make is generally based on my own experience. So. G-Man94, cheers, mate. Smog, how you doing? You all right? Hope you're having a good evening. You're having a beer as well, eh, mate? What are you drinking? I've got a pint of Stella, which I actually put in a Stella glass, but that's only because I nicked it from the pub earlier on. Tomo, evening, mate. How you doing? Good to see you. I was, yes, one of my early subscribers. Always good to see you, mate. Thank you for your consistent support, even if we don't always agree on stuff, which is good. Look, right. I might have had a couple of beers, please don't use his name in my chat, because I just like my opinion on streamers has been well documented, and it's quite controversial, and it doesn't always go down particularly well. But whenever his name comes up, I do kind of get a little bit cross, just because I can't stand the fucking bloke, honestly. He is the one that epitomizes the worst of streamers, and he is kind of like, if you're trying to focus your attention on the worst of the worst of streamers, I think he is the guy we talk about. But yeah, I didn't say that, obviously, did I? Good evening, Troublesome. Good evening, Clive. How you doing? Scar, there's more to life than gambling. It actually is, mate. Honestly, and I must admit, I always knew there was more to life than gambling, but when I was gambling, I didn't necessarily kind of. I always knew there was more to life, and I did actually do other things, but gambling was always number one priority. And it's only when you stop gambling you realise that how insignificant it probably is. Paulie B, just turning up alone. Yeah, I know, mate. That's the problem. Like I say, if you're more and more, to be honest, and I think this is probably because of online gambling and stuff, I think a lot more people now are gambling online, and it shows more and more in your online statements. And I think more and more banks and credit card companies and all the rest of it are looking for these transactions to sort of see how suitable you are for loans and stuff. Jane, 5 months, mate. James, that's really good, man. 5 months is brilliantly done. Hang in there, dude. Like I say, it's weird. You're probably at that dip that I've talked about before, where where stuff feels a bit shit, but it will get better. It will get better. And this is the thing I can't stress enough, is that when you stop gambling, stuff feels like it's really hard to start with, and then stuff feels shit because your life hasn't suddenly improved. But you have to hang in there, and it will start improving again, but slowly. Really fucking slow. Honestly, really fucking slowly. It's shit, but it's worth doing. Honestly, I promise you. Troublesome, I'm done with the gambling, had my ups downs, can't wait to. Yeah, Troublesome, mate. I hope you're all right, mate. I don't know if you're still gambling now, but if you are, then I don't know, man. Like I say, I can't make people want to stop, but if you do want to stop, then just do it. Like, use tonight. What was it, Friday night, right? Use tonight to go through and exclude yourself and set up the blocks and go on GamStop and do all of that sort of shit. It's really dull, but it will help you out, honestly, in the long run. Bottle of Beck's on smog, mate. Beck's horrible stuff. I drank. As some of you who watch my channel might know, I stopped drinking for 3 months. I drank Beck's Blue religiously, but the real stuff, I can't go with that. I was cocaine a bit. All right, well, good luck. I laid off that a while ago because of the fucking price of it. Jesus, have you seen the price of it these days? It's unbelievable. Jack, say, who are you talking about? Who am I talking about? Who are you talking about? Who am I talking about? I don't know. Hi, John. How you doing, mate? You all right? Nice glass of Glenmorangie. Oh, geez, Graham, you've gone classy very early this evening. Yeah, I've got. Well, you can see behind me, I've got all this sort of stuff. I've got a Glen. It's kind of like Lidl's Glenmorangie in the box, but I've also got some Grey Goose, which is obviously my go-to spirit. So I might have a little bit of that later. Try to help so many times. Scar, very quickly, because the comments are scrolling. You can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped. It's a shame, because you can see people. I've got friends. Obviously, I won't mention them because it's a live stream, but I've got friends who have a problem, a very genuine and very obvious gambling problem. But until they want to address it, until they want to do something about it, they can't do anything about it. It's one of the things. And I was the same. I knew long before I decided I wanted to stop. I knew I had to stop, and I'm sure friends of mine were telling me I had to stop. But yeah, until someone actually decides for themselves they want to do something about it, they can't, can they? So, unfortunately, James, how you doing, mate? Mark, Yeah, Mark Cameroon. Is it Cameroon or Cameroon? I can't really say. How you doing? Yeah, I'm good, thanks, man. I'm good. Cameroon. Who was that? Who was the footballer for the Cameroons that used to dance? Oh, I remember that from Italian '90. Jesus, that obviously shows me age a little bit. Cheers, Mark. Appreciate it, mate. Again, Mark. April 14th. Well, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty decent, that. That's pretty much a month, isn't it? What was it now? The 7th or 8th, something like that? Jack C, I've gone from 1k down and I'm now £100 down. Right, I don't give advice. As we know, I give experience, but, well, blimey, it's raining. So if you can hear the pitter patter, that's because it's raining. We can tell you. Jack, if you're only 100 down, mate, and you've gone from a bag down to 100 down, then just fucking take it, man. Accept the £100. Like, if you've gone out tonight, right? Say the pubs and that were open, or the bars, or I don't know where you're from, but, and you've gone out and you had a good night out and you had a taxi home and all the rest of it, you might have spent 100 quid, so just bin it off. Bin off the £100 loss. Take your £100 loss, and then move on. Honestly, don't try and make that back. The amount of times, honestly, I used to do that. Right? I used to do it in the properties a lot. I used to have sorry, I realised how shit my hair is. I used to get to sort of £473. I thought, well, I'll just play it till I get my £500 back. And then what happened? Well, we will not happen, don't we? We don't need to be told. See that? Okay, if you do anything possible to do for where to stop those machines. I see that. You know what I mean? I don't actually want to comment on that. And the reason I don't want to comment on that, because I think, honestly, in my heart of hearts, I think you might be able to detach certain types of gambling, but I would suggest if you have a problem with some sorts of gambling, you just stop the whole bloody lot. When I stopped, I told myself that I would allow myself bets on certain things, and like a tenner at the weekend with football was one of them. But I realised that actually, you know what, my life was just better off without any of it. So I'm not saying you can't do it, but I'm just saying I wouldn't recommend it. MTSA, bloody hell. Especially if you got told the current MTN machine. Oh, I'll tell you what, that's a good question. Because I actually know, I still know a lot of people in the game. I still know a lot of people in the game. Obviously, there's not an awful lot to play these days. Not anymore. Obviously, once the pubs reopen, people running around playing like reset iPubs and powers, maybe, if there's still any powers about. But no, I won't, just because for me, I'm doing okay, and it would be silly. Although, like you say, it's basically free money. I would be silly to sort of take that back on. But yes, that's a great question. Which is knowing what you know. No, well, there you go. Exactly what I just said. Like I say, I'm sure there is free money to be had when the pubs reopen and stuff is on reset. But no, not for me. Not for me. Why Mason? Evening, mate. Columbus, Ohio. Oh, this is nice. I like this. This is trip around the world. Self lucky and stuff. You feel having a good look. The beer looks good. It's a nice pint, actually. To be honest, it's a can of Stella and a Stella glass that I stole from the pub earlier on. It's just starting to rain here, so if you can hear pitter patter, that's what happened. What do you think? Affiliates fake? Troublesome. I said, I think in that video I made, I don't have an issue with affiliates are fake. I think actually what he's doing is coming from a good place. I think his intentions are really good, and I hope that came across in the video I made. But the point of that video, which I think might have been overlooked by some, was that whilst I think that any kind of gambling promotion is potentially dangerous to people, that if you focus on that as the problem, then you might be disregarding your own situation and you might not be focusing on your own recovery. That was kind of what I was saying. But yeah, I feel it's fake. I've chatted to him only via message, but he seems like a nice guy, and good luck to him. If that's his cause. If that's what he wants to try and achieve, then good luck to him. I've got no problem with him. And you know what? I've actually got no problem at all with anyone who, in any way or with any cause, is wanting to stop people from gambling, because I think that's really good. Chloe Atherton, let's say we're in the 1980s film. No online film, no properties, no high street bookie source. Clive, that's a really good question, mate. I don't know. And you know what? I don't know whether we still only had pub fruit machines, whether I'd have a problem with gambling. I genuinely don't, because I was very, very, very fastidious, very disciplined with the pub fruit machines when I was doing it for a living. But obviously, I lost that, discipline. So I don't know, mate. Scar, do you consider investing in gambling? It totally depends what you're investing in. To me, it depends what you're investing in. If you're investing in a solid stock and share because you've got a portfolio and you want to diversify your portfolio and get a small return, then no, I think that's investment. I think if you plow all your money in Dogecoin and hope it goes 300% within a week, then yes, I believe that's probably gambling. I've lost 250 money off them. Yeah, sorry to hear that, man. John Radford, that's strictly £100 a week limit. Although you've set up waiting for them to be set, mate. I've been there. I have been there. And I have sat there and I knew all my things. And I said this in a previous video, is that the problem with limits is you can set a £50 limit, but if you have a £50 limit on 100 different casinos, then you can still lose 50 grand, can't you? So that's the problem. Smog, nice to see you, mate. Thanks for popping in. I'm going myself in a minute because the dance is about to kick off. But empty out of interest, Phil, whereabouts are you from? No, I'm not from Reading or there. I am, I don't know where this comes across, but I'm from Essex originally. I currently live in Suffolk, Ed Sheeran country. So I'm from Essex originally, and that's pretty much the answer, isn't it? That's where I'm from. I spent most of my adult life, although I'm from Southend, I spent most of my adult life in Colchester. So if you ever saw someone go around paying the powers and that in Colchester, that's probably me. Jack C, your videos really helped me make life. Cheers, Jack C, I appreciate that, man. I'm not in any kind of position or indeed any mental state to start giving advice, man. But I try and say this as much as I can on the channel, and it's always in every description of every video, is that if you are struggling with gambling, and if you're watching this and you're struggling with gambling, then contact someone who knows what the fuck they're talking about. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm an ex-addict or a current addict, depending on which way you look at it. I'm just sharing my experience and my stories and stuff. So if you have got a problem, then go for fuck's sake and go and speak to someone. GamStop, they're good. What the fuck was it? Break Even. I got my free counselling with them. Free counselling. That's amazing. Like, normally you have to have so much for a counsellor. And obviously, if you're really fucking struggling, if you're watching this and you're really struggling, or you come on here because you've had a shitty fucking loss and you're feeling bollocks, then Samaritans, mate. Honestly, fucking Samaritans are amazing. Right. Where are we? I feel past a couple of days staying in recovery. John, evening, mate. How you doing? All right, John Miller. Hope you're doing all right, mate. Good. Stay strong, dude. Sky, have you ever been to GA? You know what? No, I've never been to a GA meeting. My wife works. She works for the NHS and she works with addiction and recovery. Or she doesn't anymore. She works with criminal justice now, but she used to do that. Look, I'll be honest. I've said this before, actually. To be fair, so this isn't new information. I have a minor issue with GA because of the absolvance or the absolution of responsibility, and the fact that if you claim you have an addiction or you do have an addiction, you are absolved of an element of responsibility. You have diminished responsibility. I don't like that. I think we are responsible for our own actions. But, and this is a massive but, and I do like big buts, I can't lie. If you have a problem with gambling and you've tried different things and they haven't worked, then I would say, for God's sake, try GA, because that might be the thing that helps you out. It might be the thing that sorts your life out, just because it's not, for me, on a sort of fundamental, like pragmatic level. I don't mean pragmatic, like the stupid things of 4,000x bloody max wins. Just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean it shouldn't work for you. So if you're trying to quit and you've tried different things and it hasn't worked, then go to GA, try a meeting, By the time I got to the point where I'd probably go and try GA, I'd already tried different things and I'd already got settled on the method I'm on now. So whilst I have an inherent, kind of opinion issue with the way GA works, it doesn't mean it shouldn't work for you. And if you're struggling to give up and you haven't given up yet, then yeah, try GA. Anyway, Smog, take it easy, mate. Good night. All the best. I've gone back at me comments there. Why you failed to call out the predatory input. John, I'm Jesus. I don't want to get into the streamer debate right this time. This is a weird thing. I will just say this, right? This is my one comment on this whole situation with streamers, is that if you actually watch the videos that I've put out and you actually listen to what I'm saying, I am suggesting and implying, and well, not even implying, just saying that gambling promotion in whatever form it takes, and be that streamers or whatever, is a harmful thing. It will harm people. It will perpetuate gambling amongst those who are already gambling, and it might introduce new people to gambling who weren't already gambling. I've said this time and time again. Just because I don't make a video shouting and screaming and calling them names and saying they're all fake and saying they're the worst thing in the world and they're all the scourge of society, doesn't mean that I agree with them. It doesn't mean that I think that they're a good thing. It doesn't mean that I'm defending them. All it means is I think we need to focus on ourselves in recovery. We need to talk about ourselves, and we need to talk about what we can do for us to stop ourselves from gambling. I'm not saying that promoting gambling is a good thing. All I'm saying is that gambling promotion will be about in whatever format it will be about in, and if you get rid of streamers, they'll just throw the money at something else in a different form of promotion, and then we still have to deal with it, don't we? So that's my point. It's like I don't support streamers, but likewise, I think that we have to focus on ourselves before anything else. Anyway, I didn't really want to talk about that tonight, but there you go. Enjoy your bit, Phil. Cheers, Darwin. Appreciate that, man. And Andrew Turner. Sorry, I nearly read you as Anthea Turner, the old bird who used to was she Blue Peter, didn't she? Anthea Turner. Yeah, she was quite hot back in the day, wasn't she? I think I've got a number on my phone, bizarre, Have you read the Harry Finley book? I haven't, man. Pop the name of the book in the chat, and I'll maybe I'll order it off Amazon Prime tonight, and I'll give me something to read. I like reading stuff. MC, do you know what the ironic thing is, Bill, that you were gifted to be on the network free, which as your name is free, but until yeah, that's absolutely right, mate. Absolutely right. I made an absolute fortune off fruit machines, but I guarantee I lost that fortune plus more on gambling because I found an easy way to make money, and when that easy way to make money dried up, and any fruit machine players in the chat might tell you that obviously it's getting harder and harder. I continue to play because I've become addicted to the process rather than to anything else. So yeah, I don't totally agree with you, man. Clive, Clive, I agree with that, man. I do agree that not a lot of places have 40 hours to change your limits, but I do agree that it's a bit shit that like you can put the blocks on your accounts, like on your bank accounts and that, but you can change them in 40 hours. But I always say with all blocks, it's more about buying you some thinking time. If you buy yourself some thinking time, then you can like reassess your situation and not do it. I always say this about like the pub. I used to go to the pub a lot, and whilst I didn't take cash in there was a cash point 10-minute walk away. So if I wanted to go and play the fruit machines, I could just drive or walk. We walk, we don't drive. We walk down the pub, down the cash point. It takes 10 minutes, and we come back and we can play the machines. But that 10 minutes is enough often for your brain to go, you know what, fuck it, let's not do it. Let's just go home. So yes, there are very few blocks you can't get around. But the idea of putting blocks in place is that it buys you the thinking time, and it makes it really difficult for you to gamble. I can't remember if I said this on a video, but my father-in-law, I was chatting to my father-in-law the other day, and this is before the Grand National, which was a couple of weeks ago, 3 years ago. And he said, "Oh, can you put a bet on for me?" I was like, "Yeah, of course I can. No worries. Doesn't bother me. I can't have to put a bet on for him. He hasn't got the internet." So, and I couldn't fucking do it. I couldn't do it because all my accounts were blocked, all my betting accounts were blocked. I couldn't, even if I went in the bookies and tried to put it on my card, I couldn't do that. So my wife had to do it. But there you go. What the fuck was I talking about? Honestly, I'm confused now. I just realised the darts has probably started, but it is recording, so it's all good. Give me 5 more minutes. Good man, Phil. Cheers, Jobson. Chris, yeah, helps, but there are other forms. Yeah, absolutely, James. GA helps, but there are other forms of therapy as well. There's lots of forms of counselling. There's lots of forms of therapy. There's lots of ways of quitting. I always say, and I feel like a broken bloody record, but I always say that my opinion is just that. It's my experience. And if I say I don't believe in the GA way of, I have issue. I have inherent issues with 12-step, right? I've spoken about that before. But if you're trying to quit gambling and you've tried stuff and it hasn't worked, then try the 12-step. It can't do any harm. What more harm can you do to yourself than the addiction you're currently in? That's the thing. How did you come to terms with accepting amount of debt credit? That's a brilliant question. And actually, I might make a video on that. How did I come to terms with the level of debt? The debt is a good thing, right? And then this is going to sound ridiculous, but the debt is a good thing. And I think I just about touched upon it at the end of my last video. It's a reminder. It's a reminder of what's come before. And I think I don't like talking about money because it's, I don't know, money's kind of a personal thing. And if you say you're completely skint and your life's ruined because of gambling, then people kind of pity you. And if you say, oh, I'm doing all right now, I've stopped gambling, then people think you're a dickhead. So it's very hard to kind of give a sort of a balanced sort of view on it. But money's a funny thing. Actually, my next video, which I was actually going to record, which is why the reason I booted the computer up, was to record a video talking about money. What the fuck was I? Oh, yeah. It's hard to come to terms with, but I think it's important to have something hanging over your head that reminds you of your gambling past. It reminds you of the problems you created, because if you get off the hook, if you get out of jail free, then where's the sort of resilience? Where's the resistance to sort of not do it again? Paul, hey Phil, hey Paul, good to see you, man. Also, my respect for what you're doing. The videos really helped. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Good work for you, helping a lot of people. Thanks, man. Well, that's kind of really what I do, to be honest with you. My role model. Oh, fuck that. I'm not no one's role model. Fuck me. Look, I'm a fucking nearly 40-year-old bloke wearing a baked fucking sweatshirt, drinking a pint of Stella on a Friday night at home on my own. I am no one's role model, trust me. But thank you. I do appreciate you coming on. And I do appreciate your kind words. That is appreciated. Hello, mate. Sam Asp. Good evening, mate. How you doing? You all right? Whether streamers are using fake or real money, then people hurt is the customer targeting. Yeah. Adam B, thank you, mate. I appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you sharing your comments. I'm sure anyone watching this who knows me and has watched my streams and watched my videos and that will appreciate the fact I don't want to get into the streamer debate. I said what I needed to say earlier. That was my opinion, and I'm not going to stick with it. Have read the book The Easy Way? No, Mr. Smell. Have I read The Easy Way to Stop Getting Banned in Car? I've not. I'll tell you why. I keep meaning to order it. I go on Amazon Prime, and all the Alan Carr books are on there. Easy Way to Stop Smoking, Easy Way to Stop Drinking, and all the rest of them. But I haven't seen the gambling one on there. And as I'm paying £8 a month for Amazon Prime, I know, massive. High roller over it. I wasn't going to pay delivery on it, but I've heard that's really good. So let me know if it's really good. Then maybe I'll swallow me pride and I'll pay for the delivery. Evening, Lias, Chalk. Apologies again if I got your name wrong. I'm terrible with names, but honestly, if your name's like Steve, then my ability to you remind me of a mole. Okay. I don't know. In what way do I remind you of a mole? Tell me. Go on, hit me, lobotomy. Tell me why I remind you of a mole. Go on, tell me about it. Paul, 60k from payday loans. Jesus, man. But hopefully you're getting it sorted, man. That's the thing. Like, honestly, I've been in. If you think you've hit rock bottom, just remember that rock bottom's got a basement, which is fucking horribly cliched. And I fucking hate talking cliches. I can say fuck now because I'm live. Hey, awesome! I don't have to worry about getting removed from YouTube. But yeah, good evening, Phil. Reese Keeble. Good evening, Phil. I'm doing you. Okay, mate. Yeah, drop me a DM. The only thing I'd say, anyone who drops me a DM, obviously, if I can, I'll get back to you. I've said this before. This isn't what I do. This isn't my thing. I have no, no sort of involvement really in this, except the videos I make. So I have a job. I have a family. I have a couple of businesses. I have all sorts of shit going on. So yeah. Right, Reese, if you want to drop me a message, mate, if I get a chance to get back to you, I will. And if I don't, it's not because I'm ignoring it. It's just because, I've got a lot going on. I don't know if you've ever had a teenage stepdaughter, but it's not easy work. All right, where are we? Andrew Turner. I'll keep reading his Antia Turner now because I've got her in my head now. Is it weird that I kind of still fancy her a little bit, even though she's probably fucking 50? Henry Finnegan for life. I don't know what that means, mate. Oh, he was the old horse racing bloke, wasn't he? I'm sure I remember seeing the videos about him on YouTube years ago. Matthew Evans had choose more control in the future. I can't imagine lots of yeah. Matthew, I agree. To an extent, I think it's great that these places are putting controls in place or limits in place and trying to help people out who are having problems. The way they're doing it, I think, is up for question. But yeah, I agree that any company that is trying to sort of minimise harm to people is a brilliant thing. Paul, I'm debt free now, thanks. Oh, well done, Paul. Good work, man. Empty the leg. I love that. I do love that username. Before we have to go, think about going machines and knowing you should be proud of what you've achieved. Oh, thanks, man. Oh, I was sitting there waiting for some sort of question about streamers, which is kind of the normal thing. No, I appreciate that, dude. Kudos. Is that the YSL aftershave? That was Kuros, wasn't it? I used to wear that lots back in the day. That and CK1. Honestly, that was brilliant. And dupe. Love it, dupe. Matthew Evans. Can still have a small pump restricted £10 daily, maybe once. Look, I'll tell you what, man. What I say to Matthew and obviously to anyone is that if you can do that and it works for you, then do it. You know what I mean? Like, I always said that when I quit gambling, I'd give myself 3 caveats. If I ever went to Vegas, I'd fucking flip you all off. If I went to Vegas or to Monaco, I'd have a small amount I could play with. Premier League of darts, I could have a bet on. Actually, it's on tonight. In fact, I'm missing it to talk to you lot. I haven't got a bet on it. And also, if I got like a stag do or something to like the races, I'd give myself a little bit on each race just to kind of get involved. I've not tested that theory, but if it works for you, honestly, I think that's got to be the big thing, isn't it? If it works for you, then you do it. It's not, there isn't a hard and fast rule. There are things that people told me when I was quitting first time round. People told me, you do this, and I was like, nah, I don't have to do that, do I? I can do it my own way. And and then I didn't. I tried to do it my own way, and it didn't work out. But no, if it works for you, just do it. You know what I mean? Like a countryman with glasses on, like in the films. Okay, maybe so. I thought like moles would have like little round glasses, surely, not these sort of Alan Carr, funnily enough. We were talking about a different Alan Carr, of course, we were talking about earlier, but yeah, maybe so. It was the best money you ever spend. Okay, Smelt, I'll trust you with that, mate. Give that a bash. Reese, how should I DM you on Twitter? You can do. I don't go on Twitter a lot. It's weird. Like I follow a few of these sort of anti-gambling channels, and they all say, "Oh, check me out, me Instagram and me Twitter and me Facebook and all of that." I don't really have that. In the same way, I don't really fancy thumbnails anymore, or any of that sort of stuff anymore. No criticism to anyone, of course, but just that literally I just push the record thing on my iMac and then just talk at you and then upload it, and then you watch me talking at you, and then you tell me how I shouldn't be wearing Supreme because I'm too old. You can try that, mate. If not, just chuck I don't know, like an email address, something in the comments. I'll drop you a quick email. or something, and we can chat. Like I say, mate, the problem is I'm not great at getting back to people, because this is kind of a sort of part-time thing for me, really. But there you go. Lewis69, what level of education do you have? If you're happy to share, I'm very happy to share, mate. You know what? I have I don't have a degree. I never went to university. But to give you an idea of the kind of education I had before that, I was the only person from my sixth form / high school, because it was the whole one thing, that didn't go to university. I went to a grammar school. If you're from the UK, you might know what that is. If you don't, not from the UK, basically, it's where if you're reasonably highly intelligent, you can get you take an exam, and if you pass it, you can go to this grammar school thing, which was shit. If I'm honest, it's fucking horrible. In fact, actually, the grammar school I went to was in the news recently for all sorts of bad reasons. But it's I'm reasonably well educated, which the Essex accent might not sort of necessarily tell you, but I am. So I'm reasonably well educated, mate. Yeah. What was the final straw? And on 1, 2, 3, what was the final straw that made you? Someone actually asked this earlier. I don't know, is my honest answer. I cannot remember genuinely what made me stop gambling. It was probably, realistically, it's a culmination of factors. It's a sort of consistent sort of combination of losses and problems. I think problems. I always say this. I think that having the problems gambling causes is a far more significant factor than the losses. The financial losses were fucking annoying, but the problems it caused and the lies it makes you tell. See my last video, hint hint. That was the biggest problem, and so I couldn't tell you. I genuinely couldn't tell you. I can't think. There would have been a tipping point, not with old matey with the tokens on the L2B pusher, but there would have been a tipping point where I decided to stop. But I genuinely couldn't tell you when that was, although there probably was one. It feels like such a sort of distant memory, really. So yeah, Matthew, trying to tell me more than thanks, Matthew. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm like I do genuinely sometimes feel like I'm a walking disclaimer. Everything I say is just my experience. It's what I've been through. It's what I've done. It's how I've fucked up my life, and in some respects, how I've repaired my life as well. Which is obviously you've got to have something positive in there. But most of what I talk about is how I fucked my life up. So yeah, that's it. Really, it's not. It's no way a level of expertise. If I advise on something, it's only because it's something that I found has worked for me. It's not because I have any kind of professional qualifications that sort of enable me to tell you that this is how you should do it. You know what I mean? I'm playing too late, being too tired for family. Yep, been there, man. Honestly, I had a great video. I put a video up. I actually spent a lot of time recording it, which was me. It was like a skit, if you will. It was like a dramatization of someone staying up all night and gambling on their own, drinking and stuff. But YouTube thought I was promoting dangerous behaviours, apparently, so they removed it. But yeah, I mean, the amount of times that I was in a bad state, either mentally, physically, because I don't know whether you're all the same, but when I was gambling late at night on the sots or on fucking whatever, I was drinking heavily. So the next day I was in a right mess. Couldn't get up for work. Couldn't be asked to get up for work because I was in a mentally bad state. So yeah, I made a video about it, but YouTube removed it because apparently I was promoting harmful activity. So there you go. Right, 3 or 4 more minutes, then I really have to go. I need to order myself some food, and then I need to go and watch the darts. Daniel Short, what made me quit is that I spent quite a lot of much time. Yeah. Lockdown's been a weird thing for a lot of people because it's obviously massively increased This is how much of this pint I've drunk, right? Since I've been talking to you guys. It's about 45 minutes now, and I've drunk like about an inch, or as I tell the missus, about 8 inches. So it's got a bit warm and all. Yeah, I think lockdown's been quite bad for a lot of people. It's obviously increased the takings for a lot of the online gambling companies, but I think also it might have helped some people because it's made a lot of people address their lifestyles and the way things are. I mean, I've made no secret of this, and I think I probably talked about it in a video, and I'll probably talk about it again in another video because I like talking. In the first lockdown, I spent most evenings drinking. I used to go and sit out in my garden and just drink and have bottles of wine and stuff. And the last lockdown, I had a choice. I could do the same thing again, or I could do something different and not drink. And that's exactly what I did, which is why I lost the weight, which is why I now fit in this bait fucking jumper that I'm bound to get rid for. I'm going to wear it, I think, for the next my next video, just to annoy the people who complained about me wearing Supreme because I was too old. I think that'd be good. Big Free. I'm actually a bit. Yeah, evening, Big Free. Raging Rhino. Good evening, Raging Rhino. That's one of the games I used to play bloody hell all the time. You should write a book on this shit. I'd like to write a book. Time is an issue. I mean, although that said, I've sat here chatting to you lot for an hour. But yeah, no, I would like to write a book. Not really for anyone to read it, which sounds like a really weird thing to say, but I'd like to write a book. So if anyone did want to read it and find out about my experiences and stuff, then great. But mainly for my own therapy, really. Empty leg. How can I probably miss it? I genuinely don't know. This is the thing. This is what I said to the gentleman fellow at the chat. I actually don't know how you can message me. My Twitter's I think it's in the description of one of my videos. So go and click on one of my videos. Click on it multiple times. I might get 0.3 of a p from me AdSense. I genuinely don't know. Try and find a way. I'm on Twitter. Message me through there, or put a comment maybe on the latest video, and I'll try and email you. I genuinely don't know how you can message me, and that's not because I'm being aloof or ignoring your messages. Just I don't fucking know. I ain't got a clue. Enter name. That's good username. I like that. Helped me so much in the last 6 months. Cheers, dude. Appreciate that, man. Mark's got a big factory. Helped me stop gambling when I realised that. Yeah, totally agree, Mark. That's that Mark Scott who said basically like sitting there and placing and factoring in your bets. And I know I've got Boris said factoring in your bets and placing your bets was more important than actually winning. Totally agree. And I think anyone who's got a problem with gambling will realise that actually winning your bets and actually making money, and I'm going to do the air quotes, is substantially less important than the build up to it. And it's the build up, it's the placing the bets, thinking about the bets that creates the dopamine that drives you on to do it. It's not, there's a real quick science bollocks, right? It's not winning that releases dopamine. People think that dopamine is some sort of feel-good chemical that you get released when something good happens. It isn't. It's the chemical that's released that pushes you on to do stuff. It's the hunting thing. You don't get a dopamine release from eating a deer. You get a dopamine release when you see a deer that you can potentially hunt to then go and eat the deer, because it's the thing that drives you to go and do stuff. There you go. Quick science lesson there for you. Enjoy. Right, okay. A few more questions, then I do have to. Jesus, is that the time? I do have to go. Doesn't like minutes because of COVID-19. I did wonder, actually. I was going to make a video on GA meetings through COVID, but I thought it would be kind of hypocritical because I don't do GA, I don't do 12 steps, so I thought that might be, maybe that would be kind of, I say capitalising as if I actually make any money off this bloody thing. Nicola J, I just want to thank you for your... cheers, Nicola. I appreciate that. Regards from France. France, hello from your friends across the pond. Hope you're doing all right. I hope things are all right over there. I know things are touch and go, aren't they, in Europe at the moment, but hope you're keeping well. Affiliates are fake. Nice, thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. But would you mind if I'm naked with a rubber glove on, all lubed up, ready to go? It depends what you do with the rubber glove. And yeah, I think that's the important thing, what you do with rubber glove. But if you've got your rubber glove on and it's all lubed up and then you've got your camera phone in the other hand ready to record your YouTube video, then what's left? You've got nothing left. No, good. Thanks for popping in, mate. Appreciate it, of course. Radio Money. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Where do I live? I live in Suffolk now. I'm an Essex boy, but I live in Suffolk as we speak. It's like an adult version of video games. You're absolutely right, SC. Right. Okay. What we gone? We're on 55 minutes. Right. So at 60 minutes, I will be cutting off the stream because I want to go and order a kebab, and I actually want to drink this beer, which is now gone warm. So if you want to get a question in or you want to say something, then I feel like a YouTuber now, which is kind of weird. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just an ex-gambler who chats shit on YouTube. Are you something too, are you, Daniel? Whereabouts, mate? Maybe we can have a pint at some point when we were allowed to do that. Mark Cameroon, online casinos killing me live deals over. I don't think. And oh geez, I'm gonna get fucking shot down in flames for saying this. There'll be someone slagging me off left, right, and centre. But I don't think that I don't believe that the live games on online casinos are rigged. Because hear me out before you'll sort of throw things theoretically in my direction. I don't think they're rigged because they don't need to be rigged, and this is what I've always said: is like if you're pushing a game that's sort of like a 97% or 98%, which is I think a 98.4, is it? Best strategy blackjack. You don't need to, cheat people because as long as people are still betting on it, then you're still going to be getting your money. But anyway, where was I? Yes, Stella, myself, Mark, yeah. Get Newcastle on at 8 p.m. Who Newcastle got tonight? Affiliates are fake. I might do it. Well, I won't do that because I'm going to go and watch the darts in a minute. Big fan of darts, as you know. Lowestoft, as I think Daniel, is that how pronounced it? Lowestoft. I got told off when I first moved to Suffolk for calling it Lowestoft because that's how we call it in Essex. Leas, you're in Yorkshire. Well, that's a bit of a trek. That's good. I can say what I like to you now. You can't come down and beat me up because it's miles away. Mark, exactly, Mark. That's the thing. The odds are stacked against you. As long as that's the thing. It doesn't matter what the RTP is. Even if the odds are 99.9%, which they're not on any game that I know of, maybe Tiger Dragon, what the fuck it's called. As long as there's a house edge, then as long as people are playing it, then they're gonna be making money, aren't they? Yeah, well, yeah. You're not alone. You're really not alone. I guarantee everyone on this chat, I don't know if you can see it, it's the same as I have, has probably got to an element the same issue. So you're not alone. And COVID has made gambling addiction worse for a lot of people. And I hope you manage to sort of find a way to sort of deal with it. But I'm not the solution. I just think that if you want to watch my videos and hopefully you'll be able to relate and you'll realise you're not alone, that'd be grand. Actually, Monopoly element. I don't know about those Monopoly games. Same way I don't know about people that ask me about Crazy Time and stuff. Excuse me. I don't know anything about it. Buy some Britannic coins. God, no, I'm not investing. I've got gold, mainly for my chav days when I was younger. But how you say it? How I say it? Oh, I can't remember. Oh, Lowestoft, Daniel. Yeah, maybe it is. Can't be a fixed set of numbers, but I think that affiliates like your videos. Do they? I don't know. And this I'll leave you with this. I've spoken to a number of the big affiliates. I won't name names. And the only one name I'll name, because actually he's been really good and he's pointed a lot of people in my direction for help, was Paul, Rock and Roller. He's pointed a lot of people in my direction, and he has actually got, apparently, I don't know because for some reason I'm blocked from his streams, but apparently he has a command on YouTube where you type something in and it comes up with my channel. And I can't fault that. I can fault the affiliate model. I can fault the streaming model. I won't talk about that because it's not the best thing to leave on. But he does point people in my direction for help, so I can't really argue with that anyway. Right. Anyway, lovely to speak to you all for this really rather impromptu 2-minute stream, which has turned into an hour. Yeah, great to speak to you all. I'm going to try and do this more, but then, as anyone who follows the channel knows, I try and say, I always say that I'm going to try and do stuff more. I'm going to do more streams. I'm going to do daily videos. I'm going to do this, that, and the other. I never bloody do I? I do what I can do when I have a chance to do it, you know. So, have a very nice evening. Enjoy your Friday night, guys. While you're not in the beer gardens, it's still really sunny here. I don't know why you're not there. But yeah, enjoy your weekend. Maybe I'll go live at some point over the weekend when I get a chance. But if I don't, then thank you. Look forward to just sort of speaking to you all soon in my next rambly video. But for now, good night. God bless. I say God bless. I'm atheist and three, but yeah, good to speak to you all. I'm going to say it because it might be my new catchphrase. I might be able to put this on a t-shirt one day. Stay safe, stay sane. Yes, got it in. Yeah, one day I'll get a t-shirt with that print on it. Anyway, all the best. How the fuck do I even end this? Oh, there's an end stream button, right. Good night. Peace out.